Alrighty, I'm going to be looking at the Pyra and Mythra trailer for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I was super excited to see these characters. I'm so happy. I said earlier on Twitter that I haven't been this happy for a character reveal since Mega Man. Uh, now, if you know anything about me, I kind of have a type, right? I really like girls with swords, I have to admit. So that's kind of why I play like Corrin and Lucina, right? But you know what's better than girls with swords? Girls with a sword that also has cool fire and light powers and is also from a game that I really love, Xenoblade 2. So for me, like, Pyra and Mythra was always like kind of the holy grail. Like as soon as I played that game, I was like, wow, I really want these characters in Smash. And now I was like disappointed when they got flooded for the initial lineup. I was kind of worried that they weren't going to be in. But they are, and they look amazing. Like they are pretty much perfect, like exactly what I wanted. So, like Sakurai really nailed it. I'm so happy, and I'm going to be talking about why as we go through this trailer. So I'm going to get started. So now, as you'll see at the beginning, they have like this little like cutscene, which it looks exactly like a cutscene from Xenoblade 2. Like it's recreated pretty much perfectly. Like even the font is the same. So this is kind of like a lot of people were like wondering at the beginning, like, oh, is this like Xenoblade 2 DLC? Although I was kind of thinking, I know they always show Smash first, so I was like, okay, it's probably Smash. Like, oh shit, Xenoblade 2 in Smash? So here we've got all the characters. You know, Rex is going around the world talking to all the characters from the game, trying to find Pyra. And like, as soon as he said like, I'm looking for Pyra, Pyra's missing, I was like, I typed in the chat, like, Pyra for Smash? Caps lock? Exclamation mark? I was like, oh shit, is this happening? So here he is.
Vanished off the face of all rest.
This place where he is now is like, this is where he finds Pyra in the beginning of the game, in this little capsule thing. Because she's sort of like sealed away. So yeah, that's from the game.
Where have you gone?
A lot of people obviously noticed that the voice acting, especially for Rex, is pretty bad. The voice acting in Xenoblade 2 is pretty hit and miss, I gotta say. There are some characters who are fine, great even, some who are not as good. I'd say Rex is probably one of the worst, even despite the fact that he's the protagonist. Pyra and Mythra themselves, in terms of their voice, it's mostly fine. I think Pyra, her performance as Pyra is like better, but Mythra, obviously it's the same actor. It sounds like she's like trying to put on like a fake voice, like a tough voice with Mythra, and it doesn't always sound super natural. Her deliveries aren't always great, I don't think. But yeah, it's still not too bad.
I'll find you, whatever it takes.
So here we are in Final Destination. So of course, at the moment when we see Final Destination, this is when it confirms without a doubt that it's going to be Smash. And like, at the time when I saw this, I was happy, but I wasn't like, I didn't go like full Etika mode or anything. I don't know, maybe it was too early in the morning, just didn't have the energy for it. But I was like, oh, I'm really excited now.
Sorry, Rex. I couldn't tell you. Because I got an invitation to join Smash!
What? I thought I was gonna be in Smash.
So yeah, Rex says he thinks he was going to be in Smash. Of course, Rex is the actual protagonist of Xenoblade 2. He is the main character, sort of. Well, I mean, he's like, well, he's the protagonist, but sort of, in terms of the actual plot, Pyra / Mythra is probably like more, the plot revolves more around her, if that makes sense. Rex is kind of just like some random schmuck who gets like, what's the word? Like, he gets caught up in everything that happens. So, people are probably wondering, if they've never played the game, who the hell is Pyra? What is up with this character? So, the deal with Pyra, even though she has like a sort of a fancy sci-fi outfit, And she's got like all these like neon lights in her and stuff. She looks like she's some kind of like, I don't know, sci-fi warrior or something. So what Pyra is, she is like a super powerful being who was created by the god of the world in Xenoblade 2, and who is known as the Architect. And she actually refers to the Architect as her father, so that basically makes her Jesus, if Jesus was a cute anime girl. Although it's like kind of a weird design, really, because you'd think that if she's like kind of like a godly figure, you'd think she'd have like kind of like a princess design or like something like that, something that kind of like looks a bit more regal or like heavenly. But no, I guess they thought, yep, booty shorts. This is what we need for this character. The character designs in Xenoblade 2 are so whack and like just crazy across the board. I mean, some of them are good, but like some of them are really bad. Pyra herself, like, I wouldn't say I love her design, but it's good enough. I like it. So yeah, if you're wondering, like, she's not like a godlike, omnipotent being or like an actual god or anything. She's basically just like a really powerful warrior who is also like thousands of years old. And yeah,
Leave it to me, Rex.
let's get into it.
Behold the power of the Aegis.
And she's known as the Aegis. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. So actually, that's another thing I was wondering about, is that I saw like Mars said on Twitter earlier, like they're going to be known as Pythra combined, and as much as I hate that, I can't really argue with that. I don't really have like a better idea. The only thing I was thinking of is you could call them the Aegis, because they're both the Aegis. But I kind of doubt that's going to stick. And in the background here, you can see this background is the Dragon Quest stage, right? This tree in the background is, of course, Yggdrasil, aka the World Tree, and the World Tree, Xenoblade 2 actually has its own version of the World Tree, which sort of plays a major role in the plot. So this is kind of a subtle little reference here in the background that I didn't notice until like my 5th rewatch or something. That I was like, oh wow, okay, that's what they're doing. Look at this down air, by the way. This is huge. So it's got like the little like spark effect that means it's a spike. What a giant down air. I have to wonder, no way the whole thing is a spike. It's got to be like Martha and Lucina's, where like you have to hit them with like when they're right below you. Otherwise that would be crazy. But yeah, straight away you can see how much range this character has. It's mad. This is like, wow. That's a huge down air. Behold the power of the Aegis indeed.
Aegis.
And yes, the up tilt, much the same. Giant up tilt. Man, this character has big normals. So you know how like Melee Marth has like huge normals, like he's got the really long sword, and then like every game after that they made the sword shorter. It's like they kind of just forgot about that, and they're like, okay, let's make Melee Marth in this game. This is kind of like, this is also why I think like this is kind of like DLC privilege. Like they kind of just like took an existing designs or moves that we're familiar with, but they're just better or looks better. It's kind of crazy. I'm really like, after I watched this whole trailer, I was like, man, this character does look super strong. Unless maybe there's some weakness that we don't know about. I guess we'll find out. But from the moment, like all their moves look hella good. So what a great up tilt, man. Of course, that looks like an F tilt. Looks pretty average. I don't know. I think this is her forward air. At first, I thought this was a back air, but later on, you'll see another move which I think is actually the back air. So I think this is really the forward air, and it looks like an alright forward air. It is pretty unique how she like totally spins around. It looks like a bit different from any other forward air that I can think of. I guess I mean like Link's he spins around, but it's like obviously it's pretty quick. Like this is not like a slow move. Like it looks fast. That's pretty cool. Pretty good. This F smash, man. Look at how like she like leans all the way down. She's like almost on the ground. That's so like, this is another thing that reminded me of Melee Marth, because you know Marth's F smash in Melee, he like bends all the way down onto his like knee. He like lunges all the way forward, and that's why it has so much range. I always like loved Marth's F smash in Melee because he like did that. He was like That was my little sound effect. I like lunged forward with my body. Obviously can't see that, just imagine it. So once again, we have an F smash with massive range. Like, look at how far away Samus is here. And this F smash, it doesn't even look that like slow or anything. It looks like a pretty quick F smash. So this character is going to be a long range fighter. Like, even compared to the other sword fighters, it's probably going to have like even a bit better range, I reckon. And this doesn't even look like the absolute tip range. It looks like Samus could be standing a bit further back and she'd probably still get hit. This looks like it's probably a strong kill move. Of course, it's an F smash. This is going to be crazy. Yep, Samus is out of there.
You powered up your smash attack with fire?
This is something that I kind of wondered about. He said like, oh, you powered up your smash attack. I kind of wondered if like maybe there'll be some kind of mechanic where there's like a fire version or a non-fire version or something. I really don't know. I mean, they didn't really show anything else like that in the trailer, so it's probably just nothing. So here's, I believe this is the first special move, Flame Nova. I really have no idea what this is supposed to be useful for. It looks kind of bad. Like, it looks like she has to charge up for a little while, and then she does a little spin. I mean, she probably has strong kill power, right? The only thing I can think is this is kind of like just like a Ganon F smash, or sorry, like a Warlock punch, where it's just like a really slow, strong move that you don't really use ever. Otherwise, I've got no idea what this is supposed to be for. I suspect this is her neutral B. I believe this is her up B. Prominence Revolt. So, of course, all her like specials from the game are her special moves, and I'm assuming down B is going to be changed. So, the thing with this up B is that it looks like it's probably going to be like a good out of shield option, which we always like. You know, it reminds me a lot of like the first part looks like Dolphin Slash, but of course she spins and does the second part. So it looks like it's not going to be like Climb Hazard or where you have to like press the button again. It looks like it's just going to be an automatic follow-up. So that might be a thing where I was thinking that if anything, her weakness might be that her recovery might be a bit weak. It's probably like going to not snap the edge or something like that. But yeah, pretty cool up B. It's got like obviously hitbox on the way down. I wonder if it's going to combo like the up and down here. Probably. Oh, maybe. That would be really amazing if it did. I would love if that worked. We'll see. Here's the next one. What's it called again? I'm trying to remember what it's called without seeing it. Burning Edge? Something Edge. I don't know.
Blazing End!
Blazing End. I wasn't even close. Alright. So, this projectile is really interesting. So, obviously it's a projectile. She can move after she throws it, but she obviously doesn't have the sword, because she has to like throw her sword away. So, I'm assuming she can't attack until she gets the sword back. So I'm guessing like, even though you can move, if it whiffs, it's probably still not that good, because you probably like can't attack, right? But even still, like, looks like a pretty good projectile, because the thing is, like, it has a hit on the way forward, right? Like, she throws it forward, it hits Falcon here, even before it like activates the spinny part, right? So I was wondering if that always going to combo. Probably not. I would say if like you're right close to her, it's not going to like push you all the way across. But still, looks like obviously a very good ledge trap. Although, I mean, maybe it's like a bit too far for a ledge trap. I just muted it, whoops. I don't know anything about ledge trapping. I'm a melee player, don't ask me about ledge trapping.
That's genius! You pretty much...
So that's her neutral air. I mean, like, yeah, it... Actually, interesting thing, she jumps backwards. So this is the behind hit. It hits behind first. So that's kind of, like, obviously reminds me a bit of Clouds. But, like, look at this! Look at this shit! Like, it spins around her entire body! What the fuck? It's like a massive circle! What the hell? It's like Cloud special on there! It's back! But it's like multi-hit, it's like super active! What is going on, Sakurai? Balance, hello? Okay, so here's the back air, because obviously she jumps backwards, so that's why I thought, okay, this must be the back air. And this is a really weird back air, because it sends Kirby up. How many back airs send you up in the game? I can't really think of, that's pretty uncommon. So that's like a like of all her moves, the back air looked like the one that was going to be probably not the best one. Unless maybe it'll might like combo if you do like a landing back air, then you might be able to combo after it. I don't know, but that is pretty strange. Why it like sends you up? Unless that's just like DI or something. I don't know.
These are seasoned fighters!
So, cinematic.
There are no pushovers.
Talk about a tight spot.
Mythra?
Let me handle this.
Gosh, she transforms. And the other thing that's interesting is that the music that starts there is I forgot what it's called. It's called "You Will Recall Our Names" from Xenoblade 2, and that's not in Smash yet. So obviously, that pretty much confirms that that's going to be added, which is good. I very much expect we're going to get a lot of new music, which is fantastic because Xenoblade 2 has an absolutely great soundtrack, and I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to seeing what they include. I don't even think we don't even like need any remixes. Honestly, I don't even want any remixes. Just include the music. It's like that good. It doesn't even need to be remixed. It's perfect already. So here's Mythra. So everyone's probably wondering what the fuck. Why does she transform into a different person? And that's a good question. Now the way it works in Xenoblade 2 is that Pyra and Mythra are sort of like split personalities of the same person, but they also have different powers. It doesn't really make much sense. I was trying to think of like something to compare it to. The closest thing I could think was like Bruce Banner and the Hulk, I guess. But I don't know. It's weird. Like the plot of Xenoblade 2 is like so convoluted. It's got pretty strange stuff. But the important thing is she can turn into Mythra. And while Pyra is obviously fire-themed, Mythra is light-themed. In fact, Mythra, I think, is the name of like a god of light in some religion or something. In Japanese, their names are Homura and Hikari. Homura means something to do with fire, Hikari just means light. So, that's a fun fact for you.
Mythra!
Cutting it close, huh? Oh, hey, were these guys planning on winning?
So I was kind of wondering, like, how they're gonna handle Pyra and Mythra, like, because they're a bit different. They have a bit sort of different attacks. What they ended up doing with like letting you switch between them is really cool and great, and I really love that they did that. So again, that's like I was really happy about that. The thing is that like Mythra is like stronger than Pyra. So I was wondering if like it was going to be like a cooldown or like some kind of transform that you have to like build up and then you get Mythra mode or something. I'm glad they didn't do that. You know, we've got enough characters with bullshit like that already. So it's probably just going to be you just switch between them. When I say Mythra is stronger than Pyra, I just mean like in Xenoblade 2, like not in Smash, although maybe she will be, who knows. If you're wondering why one is stronger than the other, I'm not going to get into that. Play the game, it's pretty good. It's a good game. The plot's really fucked up though, it's like so strange, there's so many parts, but it's a good game. Look at this, she's so fast! What the hell? She's so fast! What? It's like, okay, so you have this character with massive range that's also like really fast. And I mean, this is kind of what I was expecting, because like you see this like in the game where she basically glides like this, right? Like exactly like that. And she can even like, well, she doesn't really like fly, but she like dashes around the screen everywhere, you know, like at light speed basically. That's kind of Mythra's shtick. So not only is she like a sword fighter, she's also like super nimble and fast, and I think that's really cool and fun. And that's kind of another reason why like I wanted Pyra and Mythra, because they're like really fast sword fighters, and that's really cool and great. And that's exactly what they're delivering, which I'm really happy about. She's so fast! Holy shit, okay, there's a dash attack.
Bad now. Coming through.
There's a neutral air, so we can already see the neutral air is like a little bit different. I'm guessing Mythra's moves are going to be like a bit different, but probably mostly similar. So this one actually hits in front first, as opposed to Pyra's, which hits behind first. But it's still... Wait, is that the neutral air? Maybe that's a down air. Maybe I got mixed up. I don't know. Okay, maybe that's a down air. Okay, never mind. Although, interesting. hers doesn't have the spike indicator. So maybe only Pyra has the spike. Maybe Mythra doesn't have a spike. I'm not sure. Grab, back throw. She does a little kick. That's cool. Lightning Buster. So very much like Pyra. I'm guessing this is a neutral B, and it's just like a really fucking slow move. Like, when would you ever use this? What the hell is this for? It's like it looks like longer startup than a Falcon Punch. Like she's standing there for a while. But obviously, if you get hit by it, it looks pretty devastating, right? Although it doesn't like kill Daisy, so I wonder. Like, I'm guessing if it was supposed to be like a kill move, it would probably actually kill her, right? But it didn't do that, so I don't know. I don't know what to make of this. But there it is, Lightning Buster. Photon Edge. It looks a lot like Octoslash, of course. I was thinking this is probably the side B. This might be a recovery move. Who knows? Yeah, that might be the thing. You have to like switch to Mythra to recover and do like Photon Edge to get to the stage. Who knows? I don't know. So, see, this is kind of like what I meant, is that she basically like dashes around like super fast. Like she just goes all over the place, and she just cuts the shit out of you. That's cool.
Ray of Punishment!
Ray of Punishment. This is like the one thing that I was a bit underwhelmed by. Like, I pretty much love everything in this trailer, but Ray of Punishment is like one of the coolest moves in the original game. Like, she basically just like jumps up and like blasts you with this beam of light, right? And it's like, Ray of Punishment! And I can't mimic it, but it's like, it's super cool. This looks like just a normal fireball though, so that's kind of lame. That was the only thing that I was really disappointed by, because I was really looking forward to seeing Ray of Punishment and just like smiting people, like just like shooting like a massive beam out of her hand. But it looks pretty lame. Obviously, this is probably her up B. Again, looks probably pretty good out of shield. I think this is this video is 30 FPS, so I can't really count the frames. So it's like, so this is probably the first frame, right? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you double that, it's like 12. That's not that good, but you know, if it's, we'll see. I don't know.
Ray of Punishment!
Chromodust. All right. So this, I was wondering because like obviously this is like the 4th special move that we've seen, right? So I was wondering, okay, how does she have? If down B is going to be changed, what's this one? I was guessing this is probably a neutral B because you can probably only do Lightning Buster on the ground. So if you do a neutral B in the air, it gives you this. That's what I was assuming. And look at this. This is like a pretty good projectile. Like, what the heck? Like, this looks like you'd shoot that off stage? What? You're done, bro. What the fuck? The fireballs like move mad fast. There's like super good spread. What the hell? What is going on? Sakurai? Balance? Hello? And it's probably like a landing mix-up as well, because it looks like it delays her in the air a bit. Or like, yeah, like it pops her up. Dude, this character's fucked. What is going on? But I mean, that's good for me. Like, I wanted, obviously, you know, as a top tier connoisseur, I always want to play the good characters. So I'm really glad that she looks fucking good. You know, Corrin's going in the bin after this.
Foresight!
Okay, Foresight.
What? You can even use that?
Let's see. So if you're wondering what's up with that, in Xenoblade 2, Mythra can sort of see the future, much like Shulk. Except she doesn't really use it to like see like super far ahead or anything. She basically just uses it to like dodge attacks. You know, kind of like Shulk does in his trailer. Like in, you know, the original Smash 4 trailer, we see his like Link and Miles and stuff. But that's kind of the thing. She basically just uses it to dodge attacks. That's all. It's kind of like, you'd think it's like, why would you even have that? Like, why would you include her to being able to fucking see the future if you're not even going to use it in the story? But there's kind of a reason, but I won't get into it. Anyway, so what this looks like to me is, I think, so if you go frame by frame, you can see this looks like the startup of her roll, right? So it looks like it's kind of like a bat within, but in reverse. Instead of it being too late and it triggers, it's like if you roll just as you're about to get hit, it looks like it'll trigger. I think that's what it looks like to me. It's probably going to be only on rolls. I don't know if it's going to be on spot dodges as well. That would be degenerate if it was on spot dodges. What the fuck? There's an up tilt yet again. Very good up tilt. Looks like it actually starts behind. I don't remember. I don't remember what Pyra's was like, but I'm not sure. So this obviously reminds me of like Link's. And then here's the start of the roll. Triggers it, and it looks like it like slows Wolf down, right? So that's why she can jump away before the second hit. So that's really cool. This seems like fucking degenerate to me because, like, you know, if you're shielding and someone's coming down at you with an aerial, like, rolling is not supposed to be a good option. Rolling is supposed to be like kind of punishable. But Mythra's roll, it looks like it's probably like, I don't even know if it has like vulnerability frames at the start, because, you know, like most rolls in the game, you know, like the first 2 or 3 frames are vulnerable or something, right? But I don't know, maybe Mythra's, we'll see. Like, it's hard to tell. We can't really count the frames because it's 30 FPS. That would be really degen. If it was frame 1, that's fucked up. This character, like, if all that stuff was true, like, if we assume like all the worst fears, she might be too good. I don't know. Obviously, that would be good for me because I want to play her, but it's not good for the balance of the game. This is giving like major Smash 4 Cloud vibes because it's just like everything just looks so crazy good. Like, they could have made it like medium strength, but they just went every move. They just went like way further and made it like way better. And oh man, yeah, there's Pyra. She's probably just as fast. I'm assuming their like movement stats are probably gonna be the same. What's this? Down smash. Yeah, pretty typical down smash. Looks like it has a lot of in lag. I don't think she's gonna have any like sweet spot mechanics or anything.
Freely?
Serious firepower and blinding speed.
So if you change in midair, it like you keep your momentum, which is interesting. I couldn't really tell. It's hard to tell from this footage if it like stalls you in the air at all. It does look like this attack misses, so it has like invincibility, just like Pokemon Trainer. But like after she transforms, you know, obviously she keeps falling backwards, and then she can down tilt. There's the down tilt. Sends you up, and you actually do see.
Together.
Actually, does that combo? You can't really see. Does she actually hit Link? Yeah, she does. Okay. And there's the upper.
Together. Nothing can stand our way.
Someone pointed out earlier on Twitter that like when she transforms, she like immediately changes the next frame, then the effect starts the frame after. Which obviously seems pretty goofy when you do it frame by frame, but when you do it in motion, like it looks fine. So they probably just made it like that just because it probably looks better that way.
Quite the spectacle, aren't they?
And here's our stage.
Grumps?
Cramps. So this guy is a Titan. In the lore of Xenoblade 2, the Titans are like fucking big stone motherfuckers, and they're like land masses, but they're also alive. It's kind of crazy. This is also the Cloud Sea in the background. This is like one of the sort of visually distinctive things about Xenoblade 2 is the Cloud Sea. If you're wondering, the Cloud Sea is like, it's basically like water. So I'm actually wondering if this is going to be like a water stage, like the pirate ship. Actually, did they took out swimming, didn't they? I don't know. It's probably just going to be just like, you know, you just fall down. I wonder if you fall down to the clouds, will you be able to see yourself? I don't know. Obviously the stage is going to be banned, so it doesn't matter, but I'm kind of wondering about that. So this is actually like where Rex lives. This is like his friend. He refers to him as Gramps, very affectionately. So this is kind of like Rex's portable home. I was wondering what they were going to do for the stage if there was going to be a Xenoblade 2 character. I guess this is a pretty good choice, just because it has like the Cloud Sea in the background, and really that's like probably the most interesting, you know, visual thing. So, and obviously we're going to see all the Titans in the background later. There's Gormott, Mora Dane, and looks like we're going to have a day-night cycle, which is really cool. There's Indol and Uriah, and there's like a texture, a freaking 2-pixel texture of the world tree in the background. That looks kind of bad. There's the Rex me costume.
Oh, look, our friends are here.
There's these low poly models, of course, as you would expect. Unfortunate. I was really happy to see all the characters from the game get in the stage. Like when I saw Nia, I kind of like jumped with happiness a little bit. I love Nia. There's Dromark.
Oh, look, our friends are here.
Tora.
And their support.
Yeah, everyone. That's more gameplay.
All mine. I'll lend you a hand.
And here's the final smash.
Sacred arrow!
So they have two different final smashes. Mythra and Pyra each have a unique one. These final smashes are their level 4 specials in the game. So it's basically like you like charge up your special meter, and if you charge it all the way up to the max, level 4, that's what this is basically. So this is like basically exactly what I wanted for a final smash. I heard some other people saying like they wanted something else, which is kind of spoilery, which obviously kind of reasons of obviously we don't want to have spoilers, but even like disregarding that fact, I really like that they did the level 4 specials, because I really love the level 4 specials, like Sacred Arrow and Burning Sword. I love them so much. They're always like so fun to do. It's like you get a little cutscene, and like Rex and Pyra or Rex and Mythra like stand together and they yell it out together, and it's like so hype. I love doing it every time. Burning Sword! I love it. I love Xenoblade 2.
Burning sword! Nailed it!
Yes!
Sure did! Witness our power!
Yes! Ah! Oh, I'm so happy. I love everything about them so much. Oh, I can't believe people are like, oh, just not anime soul fighters. I mean, I guess if you, I don't know. I have totally different tastes to most Smash players, I guess. I don't know, but I'm so hyped to play these characters, man.
Shulk?
It's Shulk.
I never expected to see you two again.
So, Mythra and Shulk kind of know each other because Xenoblade 2 got like a bunch of DLC. I think some of it was like free, I'm not sure. After I stopped playing, and one of them was they added Shulk into the game somehow. I have no idea how he ties into the story at all. I don't even know if it's canon or not, because I haven't played it. But that's kind of what they're nodding at here.
Well, now that you're in Smash, I won't go easy on you.
Ooh, fighting words. You forget. We're fighters too!
Oh, I'm squealing. I'm so hyped. I really love Xenoblade 2. Xenoblade 2 is like legit one of my favorite games, probably. Like it's up in their top range, even though it's like massively flawed in some ways. You can see my recommendations. I'm being exposed right now. Let's go back.
You smash attack.
Let's find something nice to do on the video. I'm trying to find like here we go. Yes! Pyra blazes into battle! Let's go! I'm trying to think if I have anything else I want to say. Probably not. I guess one thing I forgot to talk about is that, like, why is it that Pyra is in the game and not Rex? Actually, did I talk about that? Like, I said that Rex is like the protagonist, right? But everyone was kind of expecting that probably, like, obviously since Rex is the protagonist and Sakurai almost always chooses the protagonist to rep the game, Rex would probably get in. And there would probably be like a Rex and Pyra duo, because in the game they sort of like fight together, and their sword that you have, the sword that they have, they actually like share the sword and they like pass it back and forth, and that's how they fight. So that's why if you see in Rex's Mii costume, he has the same sword as Pyra, because it is the same sword. So that's kind of what that's kind of what like most people were expecting. But what I was really hoping that they would just do Pyra like standalone, because let's be real, who cares about Rex? This guy's a stupid idiot. He's like, what is going on with his design? He looks so dumb. What were they thinking? Like, as much as I love Xenoblade 2, some of the characters' designs are really bad, and Rex is definitely one of them. Like, why can you see, like, why does he have pants that have, like, holes in them that you can, like, see his shorts underneath? What is going on there? And he's got, like, his voice is so bad, and it's like... Does anyone like Rex? I don't think anyone likes Rex. Rex is pretty, like, even though I love the game, Rex as a protagonist is pretty shit. So I'm really glad that they just ditched him. He is not needed. Get out of here, Rex. Okay, I I think that's about all I had to say. I'm really looking forward to these characters. They look fucking super strong. Probably going to be OP. Unless the only thing I'm thinking maybe their recovery might not be good. Obviously the switching mechanic is going to be really interesting, though it's not going to be as like crazy as Pokemon Trainer because they look like pretty similar to each other still. Like they look like they still both move fast. They have big sword moves. It looks like it's not going to be a drastic difference no matter which one you play, except like obviously just the special moves. So it does look like you can switch pretty fast though, and you might even be able to like jump off stage, switch, and then do a move, and then like jump, switch back, and get back on stage, right? Which is going to be really fun and great. And yeah, I'm really excited. I'm super happy. I've watched this trailer so many times. Okay, I'm stretching this out now. Bye.